Oh, honey, buckle up. Today, we're diving into the latest Shade Fest featuring former reality star and model Draya Michele, who clearly had a lot on her chest about Mariah Carey's new romance with younger musician Anderson .Paak. But the gag? It seems like Draya's not here for the double standards. So, Draya dropped a comment that Jalen Green caught and screenshot for us all to see. She said, "That 17-year age gap smile go Mimi with y'all selective A's." Now, if you didn't catch the shade in that, let me spell it out for you. Draya was clearly throwing some side-eye at how people are totally unbothered by Mariah's love life, but had everything to say when Draya, at almost 40, got involved with her baby daddy, NBA star Jalen Green, who's just 22? Yep, you heard that right. And trust me, the streets did not let Draya live this one down. Folks dragged her mercilessly, pointing out that Jalen is the same age as her oldest son. Let that sink in for a minute. Oh, and the tea gets even hotter. Allegedly, Draya used to be tight with Bria Hicks, who, wait for it, dated Jalen before Draya swooped in. Imagine watching a young girl grow up, only to later date her ex-boyfriend. Whew, messy is an understatement. T-snipers weren't holding back either. They called Draya out saying, "I can't get over how Draya Michele was all in Bria Hicks' house and watched her grow up to only start dating that young girl's ex-boyfriend, Jalen Green." Shake my head. Draya is dead wrong. She should be dating someone her own age. Let alone this girl worked for you, you knew her mother, and you were all under her pics. Dirty work. Now Bria Hicks should date Draya's son. Phew, the audacity is wild, but it doesn't stop there. People aren't just side-eyeing the age gap. They're accusing Draya of getting pregnant to lock in the bag. And let's be real, Jalen does have a hefty NBA paycheck, $16 million over 3 years. It's no secret Draya's dated her fair share of athletes and entertainers, but this one seems to have taken the cake and the contract. Oh, and let's not forget, she allegedly had a fling with Diddy back in the day too. Talk about a resume. But hey, what do y'all think? Is Draya living her best life, or is this whole situation just messy beyond repair?
So yeah, like last time I seen Draya, when we was talking about that shit, she was with Puff, like Draya, like giving him a hand job or something under the blanket. While we in there. I'm like, bro, I don't want to talk too much. I went back downstairs with Travis Scott.
This messy drama. First, back to Draya Michele. If the rumors about her past with Diddy are true, then yeah, she might have done some strange things for some change. But let's call it what it is. Draya's fast lane lifestyle seems to have hit a pit stop. Enter Jalen Green, the young, rich, and, let's be honest, naive NBA star who became her ticket to a cozy retirement plan. Baby included. And while it's easy to side-eye Draya for her choices, comparing her situation to Mariah Carey's love life, girl, that's a stretch. Mariah has always owned her relationships, age gap and all. From Nick Cannon, who was 9 years her junior, to her dancer Beau Brian Tanaka, and now Anderson .Paak. She's always kept it grown and classy. Let's not forget, Anderson is nearly 40 and Mariah is 55. This is a whole different vibe. No babies for a check, no dating someone the same age as her kids. Just two adults vibing. So, Draya, that comparison? It ain't landing. Now, let's move on to the Braxton family tea, because this is where things get dark. Ashley Braxton, the niece of the legendary Braxton sisters, has come forward with some deeply disturbing allegations about her upbringing. According to Ashley, her childhood was far from glamorous. She claims her mother abandoned her at a young age, her father remarried, and her stepmother was abusive to her and her sister, Lowell Braxton. But it doesn't stop there. Ashley says her father was abusive, not just to her stepmother, but also to her and her sister. Talk about a toxic environment. Ashley eventually left the country to heal, but heartbreak followed her. Tragically, her younger sister passed away from a drug overdose, leaving Ashley with even more scars to process. And as if that wasn't heavy enough, Ashley dropped a bombshell about one of her famous aunts cutting ties with her. Why? Because the aunt suspected Ashley, just 16 years old at the time, of having an inappropriate interaction with her husband. Imagine the audacity of that accusation. This story is heartbreaking on so many levels. Ashley's experiences shine a light on the dark underbelly of a family that to the public seemed so polished. It's a reminder that behind the fame and music, real people with real struggles exist. What do you all think about this? Draya's comparisons, Mariah's unapologetic love life, and Ashley's gut-wrenching revelations?
Okay, so I want to tell a story today, and that story is about how one of my aunts and my family do not talk to me because They think that I, at the age of 16, did something with her partner at the time. I guess she felt like I did something with her partner at that time. And nothing happened, but I'm gonna try to tell the story quickly and also not name any names. And so I was with this aunt for the summer with my sister, and I can't remember how much time had passed since we were there in the summer for a little bit of time to when we got home. And when I think it was my stepmother was going through my phone and she found this conversation, this sort of conversation. And she showed it to my dad, and my dad called that aunt and we spoke about it and we talked about it a little bit. And I remember just a lot of emotions, it was a lot going on. I was 16 at the time and I'm 32 now. I had to think about it. So yeah, my aunt was there for me. She was very kind and very nice and was like, I'm so sorry that this happened to you. But then as the years have gone by, it's like that mood and that assumption that I didn't do anything because I was a child was not that assumption anymore. It just felt like love from my family was just cut off and gone. And you're like, but wait, that guy? And it made it even worse because it was like, wait, this guy that was doing this to you on TV? And like, it's kind of cohorts in the same spirit of what was happening. Not in the same cohorts in the same spirit, but like, you know? So for me, it was difficult because I realized that my aunt was starting to feel this way that I initiated, or that it was I'm a part of the problem to blame. And I was saying before that I never should have been put in that situation as a kid at all, ever, especially when there's an adult involved. So I'm 16, I'm at my aunt's house, and when I leave, I'm there for the summer, her husband at the time decides to start sexting me. So sexting in a sexual manner, okay? There was nothing physical that happened, absolutely nothing physical. However, when my parents first brought it up to my aunt, she was there for me, very like, I'm so sorry this happened to you. And as the years have evolved, that has turned into, it's your fault. It's turned into, you were old enough to know right from wrong. And it's turned into something physical happened and you did it. And for me, that's mind-boggling to me, because if there was something that was physical that happened, and I'm 16 years old, this makes this person you know the word and I can't use it. And so that is mind-boggling. It's just something that I don't really understand. I'm 16 years old. I'm 16, so I think the hardest part for me was trying to navigate as to why is it me? Do you know? Why am I the scapegoat? Why are you not talking to me? I didn't ask for it. Why do you want me to come to you and say, yes, I had a physical relationship with this person? Like, that makes him do anything. I said that I wouldn't get emotional on this, and I don't know. This person has also had a platform to be able to talk and to be able to voice, show his character of who he is, and like we're just breaking bread with the person as if nothing has happened, or like it's just, I don't know.
Ashley Braxton recently confirmed the identity of the aunt who cut her off after that inappropriate situation involving her husband. On TikTok, Ashley liked a comment that spilled the tea. Sounds like Trina and Gabe. She gave context clues. She said the person was on TV operating in the same spirit. Gabe had a sex addiction. So, yeah, it's pretty clear she was talking about Trina Braxton and her late ex-husband, Gabe. And honestly, it's really sad that Trina chose to sever ties with her own niece over this man. If you watched Braxton Family Values, you'd know Gabe wasn't exactly a saint. He cheated on Trina repeatedly, leaving her emotionally drained, and their relationship was a roller coaster of drama, including affairs on both sides. But Gabe's behavior crossed an entirely new line when he allegedly initiated an inappropriate conversation with Ashley, a minor at the time. Here's the kicker. Instead of holding Gabe accountable, Trina blamed Ashley. Imagine that! She turned her back on her niece to protect a man who repeatedly disrespected her. And from what Ashley has said, it doesn't look like they've reconciled. Trina hasn't reached out, and honestly, an apology is long overdue. Ashley wasn't protected. Plain and simple. Let's not sugarcoat it. Gabe was an adult who knew better. Regardless of how Ashley may have responded, she was just 16 years old, a teenager. Too young to fully understand the gravity of the situation. Gabe, on the other hand, was fully aware of how wrong this was, and Trina's decision to throw away her relationship with her niece over a predator, it's twisted. But sadly, this isn't uncommon in some families. Women will protect the predator to preserve their marriage or avoid confrontation, even when the victim is a child. And if we're being honest, this pattern of toxicity in the Braxton family isn't exactly shocking. Over the years, we've seen their family dynamics play out in public. The fighting, the grudges, and the unhealed trauma. It's all a cycle that seems to stem from their upbringing. Their mother, Evelyn, held a grudge against their father for years over his infidelity, and that bitterness seems to have trickled down to her children. So, Trina holding onto this grudge against Ashley isn't surprising. It's what she's been conditioned to do. But here's the thing. Ashley is breaking the cycle. She's speaking out, sharing her truth, and refusing to stay silent about what happened to her. It's brave, and it's necessary. Hopefully, this opens the door for healing, but it's up to Trina to make that move. If she's mature enough to take accountability, there's still hope for reconciliation. So, what do you all think about this family drama? Was Trina dead wrong to cut Ashley off? And do you think the Braxton family will ever confront these deep-seated issues? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you care. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay tuned for more tea. Bye!